Hey everybody, thanks for coming to watch the show. Red Dead Redemption 2 has been out for a while now. Hopefully you all have played it and played through the story and beaten that. It was an incredible experience. It pretty much did everything that I wanted, and it improved on so much and gave us an incredible story and world to explore in. But now that we've had a chance to be playing Red Dead online for a little while, it's kind of been apparent that there's not a whole lot there. There's some things missing, and while it is a fun experience and I've had a lot of good times just messing around there with my friends and even on my own, it definitely feels like Rockstar could add some new things in there to make it a more enjoyable experience. So today I wanted to talk to you guys about some things that I hope that Rockstar will add, and maybe some ideas that they hadn't thought of, or something that they can maybe add in at some point. So without further ado, let's get right into it with my first idea. Now, before you say, oh, you just want to take the cleaning out, no, that's not what I wanted to do. In fact, I really like the gun cleaning mechanic, and I think it adds a level of authenticity to the game that I really enjoy. But one thing that I don't enjoy is how when you're playing online and you get into a match, if your gun is dirty or it needs to be cleaned, it can't be done until you leave that match and go to free mode. So if they added the ability to actually be able to clean the gun while you're in a match, that would really improve things and make it a lot more fun. So I hope that they do that at some point. You may have seen other people talking about this, so if you do, let them know that you want that as well, and hopefully eventually this news will get back to Rockstar and they can add that in. So the next thing I want to talk about is the addition of vehicles in this game. Now, there are vehicles in the game, but I want us to be able to purchase them. I want us to be able to drive our own wagon and buy our own boat, and I think those things would be really good to have. No, I'm not hoping that eventually they'll add in like a supercharged Model T or something like that, but I do think it would be really cool if they would add in a wagon, especially if it allowed you to put a lot of like pelts or carcasses in it and actually have them stay in there, because a lot of people, I'm sure you've seen, have done hunting and they try to put their pelts in a wagon to do more at once and take them all to the butcher, and it ends up just falling out. Again, with the boats, it's really difficult to even find a boat, and actually if you take it out too far, the boat just sinks, and then all the hard work of actually finding the thing is just down the drain. So adding in the ability to actually purchase these things would be really cool, and that kind of goes in with my next point of something else that we need to be able to purchase. Now, when I say that I want us to be able to buy homesteads, I'm not just talking about a base where you can go and get like your clothes changed or manage your stables, although both of those things would be really cool to have, and I'm sure if they add this, they will be in there. But I want them to go a step further than they did with GTA Online, because there really wasn't a whole lot that you could do in that game when you went back to your house. There was a few little mini games and everything, but nothing that really made you want to go there just to have fun. And I think this might be asking for too much, but with Red Dead Online, I really want Rockstar to give us a reason to go back and enjoy our homestead by giving us even like a crop of plants that we can harvest to make Deadeye or health potions, or even maybe have some livestock that we can put into like a corral and take care of like you do at some point in the story for Red Dead 2. And I think that that would be really, really cool to see, and I hope that they do add that in at some point, because having a steady supply of health and Deadeye potions and even like animals and meat to harvest would be really, really awesome to see. If you played the first Red Dead Redemptions online, you probably remember all the crazy mounts that you could get in that game. There were people riding around on zebras, buffalo, I think there was even like mules and stuff, but I think that would be so cool to have in this game too, although this one seems like it's taking itself a little bit more seriously, at least in the online component, and trying to make things a little bit more realistic. But if they kind of went for that crazy and more fun approach, I think they could really make a lot of people happy. I can't imagine how cool it would be to go like riding around on a giant buffalo, or even like a bear or something like that, or even something a little bit more tame, just like a mule or a donkey. So if they added in more mounts, I'd be very pleased with any of those options. Another thing they really need to do is give us the option of having pets in this game. The dogs, cats, and other animals that could be a pet in this game are already there, so they wouldn't really have to do anything except figure out a way to make them follow us around or maybe help us in battles. This would be really neat to see, especially kind of considering that a lot of other games are doing that, such as like Assassin's Creed or some of the Far Cry games give you the option to have a pet that follows you around. And it would be really interesting if they also gave you somewhat of like a relationship with that pet that you build up over time like you do with the horse. Having a dog or a cat or even like a mountain lion or a wolf following you around would be so awesome, and I really hope that they do something like this. I'd be happy with just a dog, but any of those really cool options would be nice to see as well. I know I don't speak for everybody, but for me personally, the online camp is pretty much worthless, and it's just a money drain. I haven't spent any money on upgrading anything for the camp because it all just seems stupid and worthless. There's no way I'm going to pay Crips $600 to have a slightly better lean-to camp tent that I can't even really get into. So if they were to add the ability to let you have a little campfire wherever you want, like you could in story mode, I would be so grateful for that. They can leave in the dumb camp that's already there, and some people, if they really like that, that's fine. You know, if eventually if they make it better, I may get some upgrades. But for now, what I really want is just the ability to set up a little campfire. I don't think that that would be too much for them to do. I don't think it would mess anything up. I'm not a game designer, so I don't really know. But I think they just did that to kind of try to get more money out of people, and I don't feel like many people even are doing that. So hopefully Rockstar sees that nobody's doing it and they can maybe add this in. That would be really awesome, and then I wouldn't have to hunt down a random campfire and hope that I get somewhere where I can make some more provisions. Side activities are one of my favorite things to do in this type of game. I had so much fun in the story mode for Red Dead playing Five Finger Fillet or poker or any of the gambling activities that you could do, so it really wouldn't be that big a deal for them to just port these things over from story mode and give us the option to play poker or blackjack or any kind of gambling. That would be really fun, and I know there's kind of an issue where you can buy gold with real money, so then it's actually gambling in real life, which is illegal most places, but they wouldn't have to do that, and they could just let us gamble for small amounts of the in-game money that you can't actually purchase. Just let us play poker and win like $20 or something. That would be so much fun, and I really hope they do that. Other activities they could do that aren't in Red Dead Redemption 2 are horseshoes. So that was something that was in the first Red Dead, and that would be really fun if they added that in, a fun little activity. Another thing they could do is maybe like fight clubs. There's already people I've seen that kind of host these sort of like player fight clubs where people just get up on a rooftop and try to see who's the last man standing. So if they did that and actually made it like an incentive, like you win some elixirs or herbs or ammo or even money, that would be really cool to see. Another thing they could do is add in something that would be sort of like a mission, I suppose, but cattle herding, and that was something you could do in the first Red Dead as well. So if they added that as like a free roam thing where you drive a herd of cattle from one location to another, and maybe other players can try and steal the cattle from you, that would be really cool. So those are just a few of the side activities that they could add in. Most of those wouldn't be hard to do, I don't think. It wouldn't be like they'd have to come up with new animations or anything for them. They could just move them over from story mode, and that would make free roam a lot more fun, and the game in general a lot more fun, and give me a reason to keep coming back, which is, I'm sure, what Rockstar wants us to do. So, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and if you liked those suggestions I had, or you agree with them, let me know down in the comments, and share this video, because if it gets around enough, maybe somebody at Rockstar will see it, and they'll see that people want this kind of content, and they want a reason to play this game, because it's a lot of fun, and, you know, the die-hard fans just really want something to make them come back and enjoy the game. So, there's something there. I know there's a lot of potential, and I think that if Rockstar does any of these things that I mentioned, it would be a step in the right direction. So, hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments an idea that you want to see in the game, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.